Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Extra Frame. This is Matt Canizaro alongside Jason Thomas here at Steve Cook's Fireside Lanes. It's time for match play at the 2016 PWBA Storm Sacramento Open. Only 12 players remain out of a field of 80. They're whittled down after 12 games from 80 to 32. All 32 cashed in this year's event and advanced to the cashers round earlier today, where they won 6 more games and 18 game pinfall totals to determine the top 12, who you'll see today in this unique format. Those 12 players were divided up into 2 groups. The odd number qualifiers went into Group A, even numbers into Group B. There will 5 games of round-robin match play, after which there will be a position round. Following the 6 games of match play, total pins with bonus pins for each win will determine the top 2 seeds for the TV show of this event. So the overall leader in each group after the 6 games of match play automatically will advance to the TV show. And then the 1-2 seed will be determined by a total pinfall. And after that, the 2, 3, and 4 places in each group will advance to a unique dual stepladder format. And in that format, number 4 will take on number 3. The winner will take on number 2. And the winner of each group stepladder also will advance to the TV show. And that show will be taped May 26th alongside the USBC Queens in Las Vegas. We already have our qualifiers from the PWBA Las Vegas Open and the nationwide PWBA Sonoma County Open. And now it's time to see who our 4 will be here at the PWBA Storm Sacramento Open. And of course, the Queens qualifiers will advance to that TV show. That will be live on the 26th. The other 3 will tape and air in order on a CBS Sports Network June 7th, 14th, and 21st. So the show for this week's event will air on June 21st. Right now, let's introduce who the top 12 are after qualifying and the cashers round. Our number 1 seed coming into match play, Angie Ramirez from Colombia, currently residing in Austin, Texas. She led the field at plus 442, a 224.56 average. She was followed by Shannon Pluhowski, who was the number 1 seed for the PWBA Las Vegas Open at plus 400. Sherry Tan, plus 379. Wei Fen Nu, plus 373. Danielle McEwen, plus 362. Carol Giannotti, plus 317. Shayna Ung, plus 294. Lindsay Boomershine, plus 288. Liz Johnson, plus 253. Stephanie Johnson, no relation, plus 252. Claire Guerrero, plus 236. She had a 226 finish to get into 11th place. And Mariana Ayala from Puerto Rico, the number 12 qualifier, at plus 235. She was plus 76 on the day, snuck in just a few pins ahead of Rocio Restrepo, who was first out of the number. So there's your top 12. Again, divided into 2 groups. Evens go one way, odds go the other. And they will 5 games of round-robin match play for the position round. Right now, we have 2 featured pairs going. You're taking a look at lanes 15 and 16. That is Wei Fin New taking on Carol Giannotti, the USBC Hall of Famer from Australia. And New out to a 3-pin lead after 4 frames. Take a look at our other match here, McEwen and Sherry Tan, the left-hander from Singapore. So Singapore well represented in the top 12 here. They had 6 players overall this week. 4 made it to the round of 32. And 3 of them now left in the action. Shayna Ung down on the far side there. Right now, Sherry Tan leading Danielle McEwen here on 11 and 12. A great shot for the front 4. Now, Wei Fin New almost qualified for the TV show at the Las Vegas Open. Just missed after losing the final match in the group step ladder. She came back the next week in Rohnert Park and qualified for that TV show as the number 3 seed. Liz Johnson also bowling today. She qualified for that first show at the Las Vegas Open, so 3 players looking to make it 2 shows as we head into the first major of the year, the USBC Queens coming up. We'll kick things off in Las Vegas this coming week with the senior queens. There's Hall of Famer Robin Romeo, the 2-time defending champ. Tries to make it 3 in a row and become the 2nd player to win that event 3 times. And then we'll segue into the USBC Queens. Unique double elimination bracket format. And of course, all 4 TV shows being taped or being done on May 26th, with the Queen Show being live. So a lot happening in the world of PWBA. Right now, it's all about the top 12 here at the PWBA Storm Sacramento Open. We will be switching back and forth between 2 of our matches. Right now you're looking at lanes 11 and 12 here at Steve Cook's Fireside Lanes. Other pair is 15 and 16. McEwen with the washout. No loss of count. Need a score correction there, however. All good. Same result on the scoreboard. Switch back to our other match now. Wei Fin New and the Hall of Famer Carol Giannotti. Giannotti with the open in the 6th frame. After our 6 games of match play, we'll have the exciting group stepladder finals at 5 p.m. local time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we'll have a recap for you later tonight on PWBA.com. We do appreciate everybody stopping by and giving us a part of your Saturday to watch the best ladies in the business do their thing here in Citrus Heights, California. Again, Group A includes Angie Ramirez, Sherry Tan, Danielle McEwen, Shayna Ung, Liz Johnson, Claire Guerrero. Group B, these are even numbers. Shannon Pluhowski, Wei Fen Nu, Carol Giannotti, Lindsay Boomershine, Stephanie Johnson, and Mariana Ayala. And of those 6, one in each group automatically will qualify for the TV show. And 2, 3, 4 will advance to the group stepladder. And we'll have updated standings available on PWBA.com as the action unfolds here at Fireside Lanes. PWBA.com/live has all the details of the last couple days here, including a look at the lane condition at this year's event. 45 feet. It's been a little bit of a different challenge for the players. Last week was 37 feet. If you want to take a look at that graph, that is posted there as well. Switch back to Danielle McEwen now. She's down to Sherry Tan here. Washed out on that lane last time. Leaves just the 2-pin. She's down to 44 in this match. Compared to our left, Ayala leads Shannon Pluhowski by 20. Mariana trying to jump out of that 6th spot and work her way up the ladder. Trevor staff, Damon Sirocco, Kathy Watka very quick with the standings after each game. And we'll get those to you as quickly as we can each time. This is game 1 of 6, with the final game being the position round. So Tan still leading by 44. Great shot from Tan, cruising here against McEwen. In our other match, Wei Fen Nu was cruising as well, but 3 splits in a row. And Giannotti is back in this and taking advantage. That's what Hall of Famers do. Best Nu can do is 182. Giannotti on her way to 209, no doubt. She's going to strike again. Because I said that, 4-9. But will be enough to get the victory and the 30 bonus pins. McEwen putting on some pressure, striking for count. Pinfall. Giannotti finishes with 196. It's going to be a winner. Wei Fen Nu, best she can do. 182. Gonna lose some sticks there. McEwen with the 4-bagger. Late in game 1 here. Here to our left, Aliala goes 9 spare 6 in the 10th for 252. Forced Pluhowski to double. She did not, so Mariana's going to pick up 82 pins there. Pluhowski can get to 235, so she'll grab a few sticks. McEwen finishes with 212. Sherry Tan still striking. Sherry Tan can get to 246. Become 30 bonus pins as well. Things are very quiet here as the players transition for game number 2. We'll have that for you coming right up. You're watching live coverage of the 2016 PWBA Storm Sacramento Open. 5 games of match play left, then the exciting stepladder conclusion. 246-212. Sherry Tan over Danielle McEwen. Game 2 coming right up. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back. Alright, game 2. Match is underway. Mariana Ayala and Hall of Famer Carol Giannotti. Other match, looks like Angie Ramirez and Liz Johnson. They haven't started yet. They'll be underway momentarily. Alright, so Ayala and Giannotti here on 11 and 12. Liz Johnson and Angie Ramirez getting underway on 15 and 16. We'll bounce back and forth. We'll have updated standings for you in just a minute. It's going to go pretty quick. Just 2 people on a pair, of course, in match play. Again, if you're in the area here in Sacramento, there's still time to get here for the conclusion of match play and the group step ladder final. Also, if you want to catch up with our nationwide representative at the nationwide table, come speak to George or Karen and ask them how you can enter to win a $100 gift card or get some details on nationwide products. Don't forget the hashtag PWBA goes NW, not Northwest, nationwide. All right, we do have standings after the first game of match play. In Group A, Angie Ramirez still in the lead, plus 484. Sherry Tan close behind at plus 455. Danielle McHugh at 374. Shayna Ung, 369. Liz Johnson, 296. Claire Guerrero, plus 223. In Group B, it is the left-hander, Shannon Pluhowski, leading the way, plus 432. Followed by Lindsay Boomershine, plus 344. Carol Giannotti, 343. Wei Fen Nu, 343. Mariana Ayala, 317. And Stephanie Johnson at plus 276. So even in the loss, Shannon Pluhowski shooting 232 and starting to pull ahead of Group B here. So here we are, 2-pin difference. Carol Giannotti up 2 over Ayala. And Mariana mixes them up. Take a look at our other match. Angie Ramirez and Liz Johnson. So we got a pair of lefties on top here on this 45-foot oil pattern this week. Pluhowski already the #1 seed for the PWBA Las Vegas Open. Skipped last week's event to focus on a youth tournament at their home center in Ohio. Focus on a future for the sport, the next generation of PWBA standouts, I'm sure. So very commendable there. trying to lock herself in to a guaranteed spot on the TV show for the PWBA Storm Sacramento Open. That's what you're watching right now. Liz Johnson with the strike, takes a 1-pin lead. So after the 5 games here, we will collect all the score sheets and get everybody situated for the position round. At the end of the position round, again, the top player in each group automatically on the TV show, the 1 and 2 seeds, and that will be determined by a total pinfall with bonus pins. So we'll keep you posted on how that's looking, as Ramirez can't get the 3 to go. She has 3 9 counts here against Liz Johnson, who has gone a spare double. Come back to 11 and 12 here. Ayala having a great day. Down 2 to the Hall of Famer. Tough lane 11. And 10-pin. A little bit flat there, but to be expected on this 45-foot pattern. A lot of players getting the ball to the hole, but just no energy. Pretty much skidding. Long way down the lane. Ayala with the spare, Giannotti in control. And we've seen that a lot this week. 2-8-10. Easy to get a hang to the right. A lot of washouts. Back on our other pair. Wash out for Liz Johnson. Liz will give it a run and makes it. Because that's what Liz Johnson does. Liz Johnson with the strike. Ramirez looking for the double after 3 9 spares. And the left-handed version. She leaves the 3-7. Just didn't make it around the corner. Back to 11 and 12, Ayala. Terrific shot. Mariana does not say much, just gets the business done. And she is trying to work her way up the step ladder here. Already up 1 spot from 6th to 5th. And 26 pins out of that group step ladder. Long way to go. 5 more games, including this one. Ayala up 12 after the Giannotti open frame. And the light hit. Just enough of the head pin. Leaves only the 7. Spares all around. Ayala and Angie Ramirez. Ramirez down 21. Johnson looking to double up and pull away here at the halfway point. And the light hit, leaving the 10. Liz said she was struggling a little bit early in this year with filling frames. Feeling better, getting more confident as we roll towards the USBC Queens, of course, where she is the defending champion. It's her second Queens title. Only player with 3 is USBC Hall of Famer Wendy McPherson. Last year, the Queens started off the return of the PWBA Tour. This year, players will have 3 events in before they get to the first major. A little chance to shake off some of the rust. Some will have the momentum heading into that event. Liz, there's another 10 pin. This one pretty solid. She leads by 20. Back, take another look at Mariana. Giannotti, another open frame. This time on the other lane, the left lane. break there from Mariano, leaving just a 3-6. Giannotti with 2 doubles this game, but 2 open frames. Still a pretty close match though. Big game for Stephanie Johnson down on the far side. 257. Looks like a winner over Pluhowski. Spare for Ayala. She's going to be up 15. Back to Ramirez. Trying to chip into that lead. Liz Johnson up 20. Double here can cut it to 10. Terrific shot. Liz Johnson with another washout. Gonna give control back to Ramirez. Liz is gonna have to finish on that right lane. She's washed out twice. Liz not gonna waste any time. Back on the approach. And high strike. A little hard to see from this angle exactly what happened there, but looks the same on the scoreboard. Next score for Liz at 211. Ramirez can get to 226 and shut her out here. Ramirez leaves the 7-pin. She can get to 205 still. That gives Liz Johnson a chance to steal this win with big 10th frame. First, she'll have to convert the 7-pin and then double to put the pressure on the Hall of Famer. Real quick, the not so exciting conclusion of our match over here on 11 and 12. Ayala and Giannotti both open in the 10th, 193-178. But a win is a win. So Mariana's going to pick up 30 bonus pins. Try to creep her way up in the standings there. So she's going to just about catch Giannotti. We'll have the updated standings relatively quickly after these matches are done. Looks like the Ramirez-Johnson match is going to be the last one going. Big scores. At least it looks like it from here. Across the house, we're still only using up to lane 24 of this 32-lane facility. Steve Cook's Fireside Lanes, second year host of the PWBA. So special thanks to Mr. Cook and the staff here for making us feel welcome. This actually was the first standard stop of the 2015 PWBA season. Ramirez likes it. She's digging Steve Cook's Fireside Lanes so far. Leading Group A in the standings. Trying to grab herself an automatic spot on the TV show. That was a big double there to put the pressure on Liz Johnson. Liz in 5th place in Group A. About 190 pins behind Ramirez. Great shot, Ramirez, 205. Liz Johnson going to need a double. Max score, 211. Pretty simple bowling math right there. And Liz 10 pins on the first shot, so Angie is going to win this game. She'll pick up 5 pins for the 205, 30 more pins for the victory. As Johnson converts, we'll turn our attention now back to 11 and 12. We've got the Boomershine Pluhowski match. Game number 3 of 6. Again, I am confident the Pluhowski family at home in Arizona watching the action. Quick hello to them. And welcome to 11 and 12. Shani Pluhowski. Players this week have been telling us the higher end of this bowling center seems to hook a little bit more, and the lower side tighter as you get to the middle. Kind of half and half. As you saw that first shot from Pluhowski, didn't quite make it back. So she'll be at an early deficit against Boomershine. Going to the bag, grabbing another ball for the left lane. Shannon pretty far left. Kick on the 7. She does drift a little bit to the right. But that left to right has worked pretty well for some of the players, especially on the fresh, where you really have multiple looks to the pocket. Talked about that quite a bit earlier. That while there might be a suggested or more defined way to play the pattern, when it's a short block, only 6 games, you want to go out there and get all you can. Boomershine gets the 7 to go late as well. Our other match, Sherry Tan, the left-hander from Singapore, and Clara Guerrero. This game 2 of 6 will have standings. Or this is game 3 of 6 already. Moving along. We'll have standings after 2 games in just a moment. Boomershine doubles up. She leads by 11. Husky doubles up. Down 11 after the 3-7 split in the opening frame. Eight goes late for the Southpaw, but 3 strikes on the board. Let's take a look at Clara Guerrero. All even after 1 frame. Clara goes light. Leaves the 2-8. Standings after 2 games of match play in Group A. Sherry Tan, the left-hander from Singapore, 246, 257, 2-0. Jumps into the lead at plus 542. Angie Ramirez plus 519. She also is 2-0. Shayna Ung plus 393. Danielle McHugh 348. Liz Johnson, 286, and Clara Guerrero, plus 257. So some definite separation there for the first 2 spots in Group A. And Group B, Puhowski leading by 58 over Wei Fen Nu of Singapore, 468 and 410. Stephanie Johnson now 3rd at plus 363. Ayala at plus 340. Boomershine 327 and Giannotti 321. So things tight in Group B. A lot of possibilities, but Group A, top 2 pulling away here as we near the halfway point of match play. So Pluhowski after the open frame rolling here with a 4-bagger and capitalizing on Boomerstein's 5th frame there. Pluhowski 58 pins ahead of Wei Fen New. Leader in each group, guaranteed a spot on the TV show. Anything less, you have to bowl your way on. Nobody wants to do that. Shane Pluhowski, already the #1 seed for the PWBA Las Vegas Open. Knows how to get it done. It's far easier to pack up your equipment and watch the others while you're guaranteed a spot. We saw Diana Zavialova last week lead most of the weekend. Came up just short in the position round and needed to get through the step ladder and did not. So a great weekend. Kind of ended abruptly there. It's all part of the format here. It's exciting for the fans. And really nobody's out of it at any point with 6 players in each group. 4 of them getting a chance at something. It's a pretty good deal. I like my odds there. Of course, there's a lot of hard work to get to this point. 12 games of qualifying. Cut down the field from 80 to 32. 6 more games. Total pinfall for 18 games determines the top 12 for match play. And here we are. Game 3 of match play right now. Cruising along. And the multitasking mastermind, Jason Thomas, in the booth with us. Just like Nationwide, Jason Thomas is by your side.
I like it. That's a good one.
I do my best.
Well, I'm by your side, that's for sure. And just trying to get ready for this position round. This is, man, it's exciting because you've really got 2 position rounds going on at the same time, and anything can happen. Liz Johnson off to a quick start here in game number 3 of match play. She's got the front 6.
Well, Liz with a little bit of work to do. She's in 5th place at plus 286, 62 pins out of the step ladder. And a pretty good distance behind Sherry Tan and Angie Ramirez, who are pulling away in Group A. So right now I think the goal is to secure a spot in that step ladder and hope that experience can win out.
Nothing a 300 game wouldn't help solve, right?
Jason Thomas always providing the most logical answer. Liz Johnson likes bowling 300 games. We saw her bowl 300 in the team event at the World Women's Championships. How exciting way to end a gold medal run for the United States. And luckily, thanks to technology, the audio mixer did not explode with Lucas Wiseman's excitement at the end of that match.
It almost did.
There's pieces in place to keep us all safe in that instance. Nobody's safe from Shannon Pluhowski right now, though.
Her ball just hits so hard. It's amazing. I mean, she doesn't have a super big rev rate. She throws it pretty hard, relatively, but she just figures out a way to get the ball to go into the pins and hit so hard. Her carry percentage is just huge. She can shoot 279 this game. So if Liz Johnson can keep her string of strikes going, she'd pick up 21 pins. But it's hard to beat 300. I've never seen anyone do it.
I guess the good news for Pluhowski, however, is that Liz Johnson in a different group. So even the 130 pins there really wouldn't affect Pluhowski at this point.
Front 8 for Liz Johnson. Yeah, they are competing in separate groups, but technically the only way they are competing against each other is if they're both the number 1 seeds in their groups, and then they would just be competing for seeding. But yeah, you're right. And Liz being so far back, even with 300 this game, she's got a lot of ground to cover to get to that number 1 spot. She's currently 256 pins back. So, although I did see someone here this week who bowled a 900 game to finish off, or 900 series to finish off a regional to win it. Dave Bowles did that back before reactive resin bowling balls, and shot 900 the last 3 games of a PWBA regional event in Mountain View, California, and won a regional. So it has been done.
All right, well, Pluhowski has this match well in hand. Let's go back to our other match. Sherry Tan and Claire Guerrero. Tan leading Group A, plus 542. Angie Ramirez second, plus 519. Clara in 6th. Almost 300 pins behind Tan, with just a few games to go, and this open frame there. Nice to makeable. Claire falls farther behind. Great shot from Pluhowski, and our defending champ, Alicia Current, sitting close by, watching her travel companion, Lindsay Boomershine. At the conclusion of the position round, we'll get situated for the group step ladders, and I am confident Jason Thomas has lined up a top-notch guest to join us. Last week it was Stephanie Johnson. I like to mix it up, get a little different perspective each week, and give you a break from listening to the sweet sounds of Matt Cannizzaro. So Liz Johnson's run at 300 has come to an end. Staring down a 10 pin. JT, he'll turn off his camera.
All I have to do sometimes is just turn that camera on. Had a lot of close calls this week. Front 9s, front 10s, and I threaten to turn that camera on or turn it on, and that's usually the end of it.
258 for Shannon Pluhowski and a victory. Hard to tell what Wei Fen Nu is doing down on the far side, so we'll have to wait for the updated standings at PWBA.com. Either way, Pluhowski picking up 88 pins that game with the win. I would expect her to build on her lead at the halfway point here. If she's already going to be in Las Vegas for the one show, might as well get your money's worth of that plane ticket.
That's right. That's right. She made the show in the Queens last year as well, so maybe could make 3.
And she was so thoughtfully considerate of the next generation of bowlers. She skipped last week's event to stay home and help run an annual youth event. So otherwise it could have been 4 for 4 even. So far, 2 shows, 8 different players. Pretty nice to see the good mix and the versatility. We've got 3 chances at a repeat performer here. Bluchowski, Liz Johnson, and Wei Fen Nu.
Liz finished up with 268 that game. So she's going to close the gap that was facing her between the 4th and 5th positions. And the woman she was chasing was Danielle McEwen, who she bowled that game, and Danielle can shoot 207 with 2 more strikes in the 10th.
All right. 258, 188. Bluchowski over Boomershine. Turn our attention back to Clara and Sherry Tan. Tan with the 4-bagger. Still can shoot 260. Best Ramirez can do is 237. So could see that gap widen as well. Ramirez taking on Shayna Ung, who is 3rd. And Shayna not bowling too well this game. So could really separate 1 and 2 from number 3. Sherry Tan makes it 5 in a row. Not letting up one bit here. She's got the 30 bonus pins locked up already. Singapore players, 5 last week, 6 in the field this week. They've come a long way for this first swing of the 2016 season. But making a statement, taking home pockets full of prize money so far in 3 events. Sherry Tan. String ends at 5. Ramirez leading Shayna Ung by 25. Going into the 9th frame. Ramirez delivering again. Clara gonna finish things out. 15 and 16. Ramirez now up 35. going to have enough to get the bonus pins there. Sherry-Tan still going to pick up some sticks.
Looks like it's going to be one of those situations, Matt, that we saw last week, where the person who finishes second in Group A is going to have to win that one match to get on the show. And obviously, that's a situation that happens every week, but when it's separated by as much as it is this time, got to put that behind you. If you're the one that ends up being second and you have to win that final stepladder match to get onto the show, you've got to put that behind you and go into that group stepladder with a fresh perspective.
Yeah, just part of the format here. You could easily be the second highest player overall by a lot, because the person in your group did better. It's kind of luck of the draw. Sherry-Tan, 236. Victory. She'll pick up 23 additional pins on Angie Ramirez. Both bowled well, both won. Shayna Ung is going to lose 20 pins. But at this point, just getting in the top 4 there is the goal. Whether you're 3 or 4, doesn't really matter. You're going to bowl the same person in the first match. We'll have game number 4 coming up in just a minute as our players make their way to our featured pairs. We'll have the rest of match play at the PWBA Storm Sacramento Open coming up in just a moment. Thanks for tuning in. No further delay. Back to the action. You're watching live coverage of the 2016 PWBA Storm Sacramento Open. Been a lot of bowling over the last 2 days for these players. We started with 80 yesterday morning. They bowled 6 games of qualifying, took a break, came back 6 more games before the field was cut down to the top 32. They were here bright and early this morning for 6 more games in the Cashers round. Top 12 advanced to match play, and here we are, separated into 2 groups of 6. This is game number 4 already. We're just cruising along. I have the updated standings for you in just a moment. Right now, our featured matches: Mariana Ayala from Puerto Rico taking on Lindsay Boomershine. And our other pair is Singapore's Shayna Ung and Clara Guerrero from Colombia. So 2 matches, 3 international players. Some great talent from around the world joining us here at Steve Cook's Fireside Lanes. 10 countries represented, 18 international players. Now we're down to just 12 overall. Coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. local, we'll have the group stepladder portion of this week's event. And before we're done today, we'll know the 4 players headed to the TV finals, scheduled to be taped May 26th in Las Vegas. Will air on CBS Sports Network on June 21st. So Ayala with the early lead over Boomershine. Turn our attention now to Clara Guerrero, looking to even this match with Shayna Ung. Jason Thomas back in the booth. And the standings for match play, faster than a Jimmy John's delivery. Already posted.
A Jimmy John's or a Papa John's?
Either one at this point, but
one.
Jimmy John's is the one that's super speedy.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, however, the gap widens.
Yeah, Clara's really got her back against the wall at this point. She's got 3 games to go, but she's got a lot of ground to make up. 147 pins on the 4th place position right now, so not looking great this game, but still got possible 266, so see what happens.
All right, well, 12 players divided into 2 groups of 6, and the top player in each group after 6 games of match play automatically on the TV show. And then 2, 3, 4 advancing to the group step ladder. Right now, Sherry Tan leads the way with plus 608 in Group A, followed by Angie Ramirez at plus 562. And then a huge gap between 2nd and 3rd. Liz Johnson 3rd at plus 384. Shayna Ung at 373. And Danielle McEwen 354. You mentioned Clara. She is 6th at plus 226. So really at this point, it is 3 players bowling for 2 spots. The 3 and the 4 spot. Nothing's impossible, of course, but Sherry Tan and Angie Ramirez looking really good here with just a couple games to go. And in Group B, another left-hander, Shannon Pluhowski, leading the way at plus 556. And Wei Fen Nu of Singapore 2nd at plus 464. So they're looking pretty good with a couple games to go. 3rd place, Carol Giannotti from Australia, plus 358. Mariana Ayala of Puerto Rico, plus 352. Stephanie Johnson plus 349, and Lindsay Boomerstein at 315. Really, there's 4 players going for 2 spots on that side, with an outside shot at catching Wei Fen Nu. So could be a dramatic finish in Group B, maybe a little bit less dramatic in Group A, but we will see pretty soon. We will know our top 2 automatic seeds, and the 1 and 2 spots determined by total pinfall with bonus pins. Then we'll get you the rundown for the group step ladder. But right now, this is game 4. I'm losing my mind already. I mean, they're 3-0, so this has to be game 4. We have one more game coming up after this, and then we'll reshuffle things for the position round. Still time to get here and grab your seat for today's dueling step ladders. Get you situated right behind the live stream booth here. Best seat in the house. So good that we are roped off, unless they're trying to keep us away from the crowd. Either way, we're safely here behind the featured pairs, 11 and 12, 15 and 16. Step ladders coming up in just a little while. But come on out, come visit us, say hi, and visit our friends at the merchandise booth. Kathy doing a great job selling all that PWBA gear this week. Also, our partners at Nationwide in the building to tell you all about their great products and give you a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card just for coming out to watch bowling. Sounds like a pretty good deal.
It is a good deal, and learn all about their great products. And they also have some giveaways, some hand sanitizer and some breath mints, so they obviously are aiming that at us because they know we get our hands dirty and we need some help. Shannon Plahowski with another big game.
And
246. Running away and hiding, just like we saw in Vegas.
not wasting any time either. They are done and off to go have a relaxing afternoon at the spa or something, waiting for the rest of these folks to get done. Everybody else only in the 5th frame. So they're either really fast or really far behind, but I think they're just getting their business done, throwing a lot of strikes.
Carol Giannotti trying to bail out 2-teen against Plahowski. She's not going to get the bonus pins, but she was in jeopardy of shooting a low one, but she's thrown the last 4 to bail the game out. But with her losing, gives some of the other players in the field a chance to make up some ground.
Yeah, very close from 3rd to 6th place. Only a 45 pin difference, 43 pin difference. Shayna Ung trying to solidify her place among the stepladder finalists. She struggled last game, shot 180. But now just about there already, and it's only the halfway point. Throwing pins. Holy cow.
That was huge. was like a Belmo messenger.
Holy moly. As that ball was rolling down the lane, I really liked the way that her ball rolls. And it's just kind of a unique release. And very powerful, of course, as you saw that head pin almost ended up
I ducked under the table back here.
Shrapnel for the front six. She came all this way from Singapore. Not going to bow out just yet.
Clara throws her first double of the match. First turkey for the match.
Shayna trying to stay perfect here on lane 12. For the front seven. That one is left off her hand. It holds.
Uh-oh.
And I think that one had a chance when she let go of it, but 45 feet of oil.
It looked like she missed it a little bit, but she also missed her target in, so worked out.
Oh, nice reward either way.
In the old days, we used to call that a foul line adjustment.
That one gets a little wide and doesn't make it back for the bucket. And a collective sigh among a whole dozen extra frame viewers or so.
I looked at my camera right before she threw it, so that did it.
Well, she's looking at the 4-5 and a couple of friends.
Well, yeah, it's not the 4-5 by itself, but that's not a spare you'd want to shoot. I'm pretty sure Shayna Ung's not going to leave any 4-5s anytime soon. Clara can still shoot 234 if she can take it off the sheet. So outside chance for her to steal this match. one more strike here and see what happens. You never know. She really needs the bonus pins at this point.
Player still hanging in there. It's possible on paper.
It is. Shayna Hung will need a mark in one of the last 2 frames to lock up the match. But she could really help herself out to lock up her spot in the finals if she could take it off the sheet. 276. Liz Johnson struggling down on the low end. And that is the woman that Shayna is chasing. Cured that one. Man, she kicks the 10 out hard. So that will lock up the match. Just needs a few pins. And we're going to go ahead and assume she can do that. But really wants to fill this 10th frame up so she can shoot 270 and put a big cushion between her and Liz. The wind knocks the 10 pin over. So Shayna Hung will shoot 265 if she converts this 2-pin. And great score, obviously. And the best Liz Johnson can shoot is 209. It looks like she's going to lose her match to Sherry Tan.
All right, so we're moments away from our almost final game of match play. We had our last game before the position round.
The last game before the last game. Sounds like Spaceballs. At last, we meet again for the first time, for the last time.
Our final shot from Clara. Our other match ending as well. Ayala over Boomerstein. Oh, other way around. Boomerstein over Ayala.
So 2:13 for Clara Guerrero, and we're going to have a break while the players move into position for game number 5. Be back with more coverage here on Extra Frame. May the Schwartz be with you. All right, bowling fans, we're back for game number 5 of match play here at the Storm Sacramento Open at Steve Cook's Fireside Lanes. Epic battle here. Probably a precursor to our position round. Got Sherry Tan taking on Angie Ramirez-Brea, the top 2 players in Group A. Should have our 22 game update here momentarily, and we'll get to see exactly how far apart these 2 players are. And it could be a situation where one of them, if they were to have a big win in this game, could lock up the number 1 seed and the spot on the show.
Spot on the show, potentially. I don't know how Shannon Plahowski would feel about giving up that number 1 seed already. We'll see what the numbers look like.
And we have a similar battle in Group B on our other featured pair. Going into game 22, our top 2 seeds playing each other here in game number 23. Sherry Tan with the split. Plahowski and Hui Fen Nu. Plahowski leads by 15 in that match, and she can extend her lead with another strike here in the 3rd. Man, that ball just hits like a freight train.
We do have standings through 4 games of match play. Right now, game 5 underway. But in Group A, that's what you're watching right now. Sherry Tan plus 661. Angie Ramirez plus 588. 120 pin lead over Shayna Ung at plus 468. Liz Johnson 391. Danielle McEwen 344. Clara Guerrero, 239. So Clara probably not going to make an appearance in the step ladder.
Yeah, she's pretty far back, but you know, you shoot 300 here, and Liz struggles, and you never know.
Of course. And going on to Group B, Shannon Plahowski well out in front, plus 632. Hui Fen Nu, plus 511. And a distant 3rd, Carol Giannotti, plus 371. Lindsay Boomershine, plus 357. Stephanie Johnson, plus 325. And Mariana Ayala, plus 320. So only 51 pins separating 3rd and 6th. Could get pretty exciting in Group B, and potentially for that last spot in Group A, but still 2 full games to go, including this one that's underway right now, of course.
Yeah, Sherry Tan could really lock up the number 1 seed if she could win this match.
So again, after the position round, the leader in each group automatically seeded onto the TV show. The number 1 seed going to the player with the most pinfall. Bonus pins included. If it was over right now, that would be Sherry Tan from Singapore. Shane Pluhowski would earn the number 2 seed.
No, I have a lot more I could say.
But only a 29 pin difference going into these final 2 games between Tan and Pluhowski. Sounds a little wacky when you try to explain it, but once you see it on paper, it all makes sense. However, that 710 does not make sense.
Wow.
Great shot from Sherry Tan. And no dice. So looking at back-to-back opens potentially here. Sherry Tan doesn't quite throw pins like Shayna Ung.
Not many do.
But maybe a lucky bounce here. Some excitement for our extra frame fans at home. So Tan will take 1. Down 17 here after 3. A little more like it for Sherry Tan. So Ramirez unable to capitalize.
Uh-oh. Look out.
And it gets worse.
You know, she really just needs to not lose by a lot this game. That's the thing. If she could win the game, great. She'll have a chance again in the position round. But if she were to lose this game by anything over 20, it's really going to wrap up the number 1 seed for Sherry Tan. Still leads in the match by 6. Does Angie Ramirez. And pretty good shot there. Leaves the 10 pin. Mahowski has all but wrapped up the number 1 seed. over in our other featured match. He's got a commanding lead over Weifeng Nu, who has also virtually wrapped up the top seed for the group step ladder in Group B. Unless Carol Giannotti can shoot something huge.
Best Carol can do this game is 248.
That would make it interesting. Weifeng on a 169 pace, so she would pick up about 100 pins, and that would close the gap considerably. Double for Sherry Tan. And Weifeng Nu throws her second strike of the match.
So really going in the position round is more than likely we're going to know, as you said, who our top two are going to be. Then it's just a matter of those two and their total pinfall determining who's going to have to bowl only one game for the title in Las Vegas.
Big messenger for a strike, and Weifeng can still take it off the sheet for 209. And that would be huge because that would virtually lock up that #1 seed in the group step ladder. And tripped 6-pin for Sherry Tan for a turkey. Carol Giannotti missing in the 9th, so best she can shoot now is 226, but she's going to get the 30 bonus pins. Things were looking a lot better for her when she still had 248 in the wood, and Weifeng Nu was sitting on 89 in the 6th.
Jason, it looks like Shayna Ung, open 5-bagger. She have enough time to catch Angie Ramirez to get to second place. Yeah, we got a whole nother game, and Angie's gonna need to throw a couple doubles here. Shayna down 120. They're both looking pretty solid for the step ladder, but pretty big difference between going in as the #2 seed and #3.
it going to get there? Nope. Nope. Not quite enough on that one to messenger out the 10. Oh, she's got that hit working.
Right before that shot, Shannon Pluhowski looking over, taking a peek at Sherry Tan on the scoreboard and knowing that she's down 29 pins overall. And Sherry striking. Shannon not stringing strikes this game.
Well, that's really the only thing that she has left to determine is whether she gets the 1 seed or the 2 seed, because she's lapping the field in Group B. Angie's sticking a little on the approach there, getting her weight a little forward, missing it at the bottom, and that ball goes a little too long. Going to make it awfully hard for her to get the automatic seed heading into the position round, with Sherry Tan throwing a 5-bagger.
Things not looking good for Angie Ramirez here in game number 5. Looks like Shane Ung is going to shoot 2-teen and win her match. So that's going to make it very tight between the 2 and 3 spots in Group A going into position round.
So Pluhowski's missed on her first shot in the 10th. She's going to shoot in the 2 teens with a spare and a good count. And currently is 29 pins behind Sherry Tan. So let's see what Sherry Tan can do to finish this game. Wow, she's just
Let's see what she can do.
Tripping the 6 on the other lane. Nice combination. Couple more strikes and she'll be in the 240s. Pluhowski finishes with 212. So she was 29 pins back of Sherry Tan for the number 1 seed overall. Pluhowski has locked up a spot on the show though, assuming she shows up for the next game. Same thing there for Sherry Tan as we saw with Angie Ramirez on the right lane. She kind of sticks, gets her weight forward, misses it at the bottom, and the ball doesn't pick up.
You just explained my entire career right there.
Wow.
Kind of front and top heavy. My weight's always forward, miss it at the bottom, and there you go.
It's kind of hard to bowl well when you do that.
Sums it up. That's why we're sitting back here. We get paid to watch bowling for a living.
Correct. So that miss there is going to help Shannon Plahowski keep her within striking distance. The other nice thing about this format is that normally, if you're up that much on second place, there's not a lot of motivation to bowl a big game that last game. But now there still is, because you're actually competing with the person on the other group.
You guys are tricky behind the scenes, huh? Keeping everybody in it till the very end.
That's right. So 222 for Sherry Tan, and she's going to win this match. And all but locks up a spot on the show. All that matters left to be determined now is whether it's her or Shannon Plahowski as the #1 seed on the show. And we've still got a ways to go to figure out who the #3 and 4 seeds will be. This is a big 10th frame for Angie Ramirez-Perez. She's got a 197 possible. And she's trying to keep as many pins as she can between herself and Shayna Ung, who's finished with a victory and a 214. Right now she's 80 pins ahead. And with Shayna Ung picking up 44, that drops the lead to 36. And then whatever ends up happening here in the 9th and 10th, 11th and 12th will determine the final deficit going into the position round. Hopefully between that time I'll recover my ability to speak.
Sure. The fans are expecting a Hall of Fame worthy performance from you and Alicia Current coming up in the stepladder.
She is defending champion. She'll be helping Mr. Canizero and myself call the action.
All right, and with that, we will wait for the staff to get the sheets together and figure out what's what of our position round coming up next. And then we'll know our stepladder finalists here at the 2016 PWBA Storm Sacramento Open. Position round coming right up. Thanks for tuning in here on Extra Frame. We'll be right back.
We're going to take a small break. We'll put our standings in order. We'll come back out and we will conduct Game 6. And just a reminder, the top person in each group, top player in each group will advance to our TV stepladder finals. Qualifiers 2, 3, and 4 will head on to the group stepladder. So a small break, we'll get our sheets in order, and then we'll come back out for a position round. Don't know which group where yet.
Hey, Matt, compare his position around 1-2 of B.
Last week it would have been down
It's
there.
not marked on here. That's
First week it was 1.
then it was down there.
And then last week it was different. They don't know.
Okay, bowling fan. We've got our score sheets in order here. Okay, we'll start with Group A. Currently in first place, Sherry Tan is leading Group A. Angie Ramirez in second. Shayna Ong in third. Liz Johnson in fourth, followed by Danielle and Claire. 1 and 2, Sherry Tan and Angie Ramirez. They will be squared off on lanes 7 and 8. For the third and fourth position, Shayna Ong and Liz Johnson will be on lanes 11 and 12. And on lanes 3 and 4, it'll be Danielle McEwen and Clara Guerrero. In the B group, Shannon Pluhowski setting the pace there. She's plus 674. Great bowling there, Shannon. Absolutely. She'll bowl Wade Fenn New. That'll take place on lanes 19 and 20. And in third and fourth on lanes 15 and 16, Carol Giannotti versus Stephanie Johnson. And on lanes 23 and 24 will be Lindsay Boomershine versus Mariana Ayala. Match play finalists, if you'll head to your pairs at this time, we'll give you an additional 5 minutes here to loosen back up, and then we'll begin with our group step ladder finals. Okay, ladies, the legs are on. You may have them for 5 minutes of practice. Okay, bowling fans, make sure to stop down and visit with Karen in the Nationwide group. She's down behind lanes 3 and 4. Make sure you visit with Karen. You'll get a chance to fill out a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. So please make sure you visit with Karen from Nationwide. She's down behind lanes 3 and 4 at this time. Fans, as our competitors are warming up once again, the group in here, Sherry Tan, very commanding lead there. She's got about 160 pin lead over Angie Ramirez. But in third place, Shayna Hunts, 90 pins behind her, and in fourth place, Liz Johnson, 60 pins behind Shayna. Anything can happen there. And then Danielle McEwen in fifth place. She's only 35 pins out of fourth place. Very exciting, very close there in Group A. Group B, as I mentioned, Shannon Pluhowski plus 674. I have Wade Van Newman plus 487, so almost a 200 pin lead right there for Shannon. 3 and 4, Carol Giannotti's plus 393, and Stephanie's plus 371, so 22 pins separating those two ladies. And then in fifth place, Lindsay Boomershine, 325. She's 46 pins out, but anything can happen in match play, especially with those 30 additional bonus pins. Bowlers, this is your 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining practice time. Bowling fans, as I mentioned, don't forget to visit with Karen down at Nationwide. Take your chance of winning a $100 gift card from Amazon. We'll raffle off the winner later this evening, probably around 7:30 or so during the pro-am portion of our event. But make sure you visit with Karen behind lanes 3 and 4 Nationwide. Okay, bowlers, please hold up on your practice. Practice time is now over. No more deliveries. You'll cycle your pin center back to the first ball setting to get you going here. Okay, bowling fans, pick out your favorite player here. Cheer them on to victory. It is close, as I mentioned. All spots. There's group step ladder spots available and TV step ladder spots available. So pick out your favorite player. Cheer them on. How about a round of applause for position round? All right, thank you and good luck.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we have started our position round here at the 2016 PWBA Storm Sacramento Open. We've got 2 featured pairs of action, but a lot going on. We've got number 1 and number 2 seeds yet to be determined. That will be between Shannon Plahowski and Sherry Tan. And then we've got 3 spots available on each group stepladder finals. So, match in front of you right now, we have Liz Johnson and Shayna Ung. And currently they are in Group A, the number 3 and number 4 positions. Liz Johnson just needs to stay ahead of Danielle McEwen. Clara Guerrero probably too far back, unless some kind of disaster would befall Liz Johnson. Then in our other featured match, we've got Carol Giannotti taking on Stephanie Johnson. And they are the number 3 and number 4 seeds in Group B. And Lindsay Blumershine is lurking right behind Stephanie Johnson, 46 pins back. Have to keep an eye on her. Players who are sitting in the 2 positions in groups A and B have pretty big cushions over their next closest competitors. So looks like Angie Ramirez Perea will be holding down that number 1 seed on the group stepladder finals for Group A, and Hui Fen Nu in the same position for Group B.
Right now, I think one of the most important points of this position round right now is that, as you mentioned, Sherry Tan and Shannon Pluhowski well in front in their respective groups. But the number 1 seed on the line there, Shannon Pluhowski down 49 pins in total pinfall to Sherry Tan. Should they both obviously lead their groups, they're guaranteed spots on the show. But that number 1 seed, pretty important as far as being able to just bowl 1 match for the title and guaranteed at worst 2nd place money. So we'll see again, 49 pin difference for Tan and Pluhowski. Off camera to our left, Tan misses a 7-pin early in her match against Angie Ramirez. With 30 bonus pins out there, it's a pretty significant chunk of the deficit for Pluhowski.
Pluhowski is 59 back, and she's off to an early lead in her match. Strike, spare, spare, strike against Hui Fen Nu. She's got 46 in the 3rd and a spare in the 4th. Liz Johnson, the reigning PWBA Player of the Year, trying to make her 2nd TV Finals of 2016.
Three players competing right now already with 1 show in the books. Liz Johnson, you mentioned. Shannon Pluhowski, the top seed at the Las Vegas Open, and Hui Fen Nu qualifying last week in 3rd position for the Sonoma County Open. So 2 shows, 8 different players. But now with Pluhowski pretty much guaranteed a spot here on this show. A repeat appearance. So much potential, so much happening right now. Just not even sure how to talk about it all.
Just kind of have to wait and let it sink in. See what happens. Danielle McEwen is someone that can make a move, and she's got a good game going. Spare, three-bagger, spare, and a pretty good-sized lead over Clara Guerrero. And she's just 31 back of Liz Johnson.
Sherry Tan after the open frame with a double. Shani Puhowski unable to strike down in her match. She needs to make up 49 pins if she's going to grab that #1 spot for the second event in a row for her. She leaves a washout down on the far side there. Sherry Tan maintaining that advantage towards the #1 spot.
Danielle McEwen in our first event of the season shot 289 in the position round to almost sneak into the group stepladder finals. Shot here for Stephanie Johnson. Can't throw it much better than that.
Liz Johnson here down 2 pins. If Danielle McEwen can win and Liz does not, they are only 31 pins apart at this point. So the 30 bonus pins becoming huge. So McEwen started with the first 3 and a couple of spares. And then another strike up. Liz coming off an open frame here. Danielle doubling. So she can get to 266. Still early, of course. Carol Giannotti leading Stephanie Johnson. We got the calculator out. We'll see what we can do to get all these numbers for you. Tournament director Damon Sirocco nearby doing the same. Pretty quick turnaround. Then we'll have the step ladder for you at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. here in Citrus Heights, California. Shayna Ung up 2 pins on Liz Johnson. Shayna coming in plus 483, Liz plus 428. Disaster there for Shayna. That shot was left off her hand. Big 4. Bouncing back to Stephanie Johnson and Carol Giannotti. Steph working on 3 in a row here. Giannotti with a spare in the 7th. Steph leaving to 3-6. She's down 15. And those two only 23 pins apart, 22 pins apart coming into this position round. Should those positions stay the same, they will blow each other anyway. In the Group B step ladder. Advantage Liz Johnson. Here in our other match. And a stone 8. Liz had a temper. That would have been the time. Looks like Blahowski not going to catch Sherry Tan unofficially. Get that tally for you as soon as we can. Liz with the spare, up 14 on Shayna Ung. Giannotti striking against Stephanie Johnson. Gonna hold her off. Would it be enough to catch Wei Fen Nu? This Johnson, 10 pin, throwing great shots here. Cannot get all 10 to cooperate. Liz with the spare, leads by 13. Let's take a look at Shayna Ung's 8th frame. Trying to get back on track. That one's left as well. Split 6-7-10. So now, the idea that Danielle, depending on how she's bowling down on the far side, could go around Shayna. Look back at Stephanie Johnson and Carol Giannotti. All right, so right now just trying to keep an eye on what's going on here and get all the calculations for you guys out there as accurately as possible. So right now, Carol Giannotti, 226. Stephanie Johnson, 202. Wei Fen New, 190 over Shani Pluhowski, 172. Liz Johnson going to defeat Shayna Ung. Trying to see what Danielle McEwen scores out on the far end. All right, so down on the far side, Danielle McEwen over Clara Guerrero. Sherry Tan still striking. She will earn your number 1 seed by a distance. Liz Johnson's going to finish things off here against Shayna Ung. Shayna not having a very good game here. Carol Giannotti doing the walk, looking at the scoreboards. Looks like she's going to be number 3 on the B side. Liz Johnson finishes with 192 and a victory. She holds off Danielle McEwen. Shot there by Shayna. So even if Shayna doesn't strike here, she still stays ahead of Danielle McEwen. So unless somebody down on the far side, Lindsay Boomerstein pulled a huge score, nobody cheered. It's looking like Shani Pluhowski is going to be the leader in Group B, followed by Wei Fen New, Carol Giannotti, and Stephanie Johnson. So Shannon automatically on the show, going to be the number 2 seed behind Sherry Tan. And then in the step ladder, Stephanie Johnson will take on Carol Giannotti. The winner will face Wei Fen New. See if New can make a second show as well. Shayna Ung finishes with 169. Unofficially 2 pins ahead of Liz Johnson. Angie Ramirez 179. In the loss to the always striking Sherry Tan. .247 and the win. The early scare with the missed single pin. And the best way to make up for that is just strike the rest of the way. So .247 and the win.
Yeah, and Shayna Ugg, she needed that mark in the 10th to make it. That was a big turkey she threw in the 10th on a lane that she hadn't hit all game long. So.
Yeah. So there you have it unofficially as we wait for Damon Sirocco to make the call. Sherry Tan going to be your #1 seed for the TV finals of the PWBA Storm Sacramento Open. Shannon Pluhowski, #2. Each of them led their respective groups here in match play. And in the Group A, step ladder coming up in just a moment. Unofficially, Liz Johnson will take on Shayna Ung. The winner will face the left-hander Angie Ramirez. On the B side, Stephanie Johnson will take on the Hall of Famer Carol Giannotti. The winner facing Singapore's Wei Fen New. And of course, the winner in each stepladder will advance to the show as well. And the 3 and 4 seed determined there by average for the weekend.
Has won Group A. She will be our #1 seed for our TV show. Please welcome Sherry Tan from Singapore. And the winner of Group B with +646 should be the #2 seed for the TV stepladder final, Shannon Pluhowski. Okay, we'll stay in Group B. Now, these next competitors will advance to our group stepladder final, which will take place in about an hour at 5 o'clock. In the opening match, our #4 qualifier for the group stepladder from Grand Prairie, Texas, Stephanie Johnson. And her opponent in that opening match, all the way from Australia, please welcome Carol Giannotti. The winner of that match will go on to face the #2 qualifier from Singapore, Wei Fen New. Okay, back to Group A. In our opening match, the #4 qualifier from Cheektowaga, New York, Liz Johnson. And her opponent in that opening match, the #3 qualifier, Shayna Ung. And the winner of that match will go on to face the #2 qualifier from Austin, Texas, Angie Ramirez Pereira. Okay, bowling points, that's it. That's your group stepladder finals. I'll have a round of applause for all the competitors. Okay, as I mentioned, the group step